Module 6, Tenses in Ijaw. In this module, you will learn about tenses in Ijaw, which are used to show the time of an action or event. Tenses help us understand whether something is happening now, has already happened, or will happen in the future. This is very important in communication because it allows speakers to clearly explain when actions take place. In Ijaw, as in many languages, tenses are used to express time in a natural and meaningful way. The three main tenses you will focus on are the present tense, past tense, and future tense. The present tense is used to talk about actions that are happening now or actions that happen regularly. The past tense is used to describe actions that have already been completed. The future tense is used to talk about actions that will happen later. Understanding tenses will help you build more accurate sentences and improve your ability to communicate clearly. For example, instead of simply stating an action, you will be able to show whether it is happening now, happened before, or will happen later. This makes your speech more meaningful and easier for others to understand. This module is very important because tense is a key part of grammar in every language. Without it, communication can become confusing, as listeners may not know when an action took place. By learning tenses in Ijaw, you will improve your ability to tell stories, describe events, and share experiences in a clear and organized way. As you study this module, pay attention to how time is expressed in sentences and practice forming your own examples. Try to speak about your daily activities using different tenses, such as what you are doing now, what you did yesterday, and what you plan to do tomorrow. This practice will help you become more confident and fluent in using Ijaw. Tense refers to the way actions are expressed in relation to time, whether they are happening now, have already happened, or will happen in the future. Understanding tense is essential for clear and effective communication in any language, including Ijaw, as it enables speakers to describe events accurately and place them within the correct time frame. In Ijaw, tense is often indicated through context, time expressions, or subtle adjustments in sentence structure rather than extensive changes in verb forms, as is common in English. This makes the system relatively straightforward, but it also requires learners to pay close attention to contextual clues in order to interpret meaning correctly. This module introduces learners to the three main tenses in Ijaw: present, past, and future. It also focuses on how these tenses are used in sentences and everyday communication to express time-related actions clearly and effectively. By the end of this module, learners should be able to identify present, past, and future tense in Ijaw. Use time expressions correctly in context. Construct grammatically accurate sentences across different tenses. Communicate actions clearly and appropriately across time. Through consistent practice and application, learners will develop stronger grammatical awareness and improved confidence in expressing time-based ideas in Ijaw. The present tense is used to describe actions that are happening at the moment of speaking or actions that occur regularly, habitual actions. In Ijaw, the present tense is generally formed using the base form of the verb without any modification. This makes it relatively simple to use, as the same verb form can express both I eat and I am eating, depending on the context. Because verbs in Ijaw do not usually change form to indicate tense, meaning is largely determined by context or by the use of additional time expressions. For this reason, learners must pay close attention to situational clues in order to correctly interpret whether an action is ongoing or habitual. Examples of present tense sentences include: Efo Fura eat food / I am eating food. Efo Mihi she drinks water. Okpo Efo Buka the child reads a book. These examples show that the verb efo remains unchanged, while the intended meaning depends on how the sentence is used in conversation. The present tense in Ijaw can therefore express habitual actions, regular activities. Efo Fura eat food regularly. Ongoing actions, happening now. Efo Fura I am eating food. The past tense is used to describe actions that have already taken place or events that have been completed in the past. In Ijaw, the past tense is not typically formed by changing the verb itself, as is common in English. Instead, It is expressed through time expressions and contextual clues that clearly indicate that the action has already occurred. A key feature of the past tense in Ijaw is the use of time markers. These words help the listener understand when an action happened, since the verb form often remains the same as in the present tense. Common past time marker. Away, yesterday. In addition to specific time expressions like away, the surrounding context of a conversation can also indicate that an action took place in the past. Examples of past tense sentences include: Efo furo away, I ate food yesterday. Efo mi away, she drank water yesterday. Timi efo buka away, Timi read a book yesterday. These examples show that the verb remains unchanged, while time expressions such as away provide the necessary indication that the action has already been completed. The future tense is used to describe actions that are expected or planned to happen at a later time. In Ijaw, Izon, the future tense is typically indicated through time expressions, contextual clues, or additional words that signal intention, rather than through changes in the verb form itself. A key feature of the future tense in Ijaw is its reliance on context and time markers to show that an action has not yet occurred. In many cases, the same verb form used in the present and past tenses is retained, while meaning is clarified through accompanying time expressions. Common future time markers. Ebia, today, can also imply a near future action depending on context. Other contextual expressions of intention, e.g., phrases equivalent to will, based on situation and speech context. Examples of future tense sentences include: Efo furo ebia, I will eat food today. Efo mi ebia, she will drink water today. Baba efo boti ebia, father will buy a boat today. These examples show that the verb efo remains unchanged, while the time marker ebia indicates that the action is intended or expected to happen in the future. In Ijaw, the same sentence structure may sometimes be interpreted as present or future depending on context, so careful attention to situational meaning is essential for accurate understanding. SVO structure remains consistent. In Ijaw, sentences generally follow the subject, verb, object, SVO, pattern across all tenses. Whether describing present, past, or future actions, the word order remains unchanged. For example, Efo furo, I eat food, follows the same SVO structure as Efo furo away, I ate food yesterday, and Efo furo ebia, I will eat food today. This consistency makes sentence construction predictable and easier for learners to master. Time expressions are crucial. Since verbs in Ijaw usually do not change form to indicate tense, time markers play an essential role in clarifying when an action takes place. Words such as otini, it now, away, yesterday, and ebia, today, help distinguish between present, past, and future actions. For example, Efo mi otini clearly indicates that the action is happening now, while Efo mi away shows that it occurred in the past. These markers improve accuracy and prevent misunderstanding in communication. Context determines meaning. In many cases, tense in Ijaw is understood through context rather than explicit grammatical markers. The surrounding conversation often provides clues about when an action occurs. For instance, Baba efo boti may refer to a past action if the discussion is about yesterday, or a future action if the conversation is about plans. Learners must therefore pay close attention to situational context to interpret meaning correctly. Present tense expresses habitual and ongoing actions. The present tense in Ijaw is flexible and can describe both habitual and ongoing actions. For example, efo furo may mean, I eat food regularly, in habitual action, while efo furo otini indicates, I am eating food now, ongoing action. Time markers are important for specifying the exact meaning intended in conversation. Past tense relies on completed action indicators. In Ijaw, past actions are usually identified through time markers and contextual cues rather than changes in verb form. The verb typically remains unchanged, while completion is indicated by expressions such as away, yesterday. For example, Timi efo buka away, Timi read a book yesterday, clearly places the action in the past and shows that it has been completed. Future tense expresses planned or expected actions. Future actions are also expressed using time markers or contextual indicators of intention. Words such as ebia, today/soon, are used to show that an action is intended or expected to happen later. For example, efo furo ebia, I will eat food today, indicates a planned or upcoming action. In all cases, the verb efo remains unchanged, and tense meaning is carried primarily by time expressions. Practice combining tenses. For effective communication, learners should practice using present, past, and future tenses together within the same conversation or paragraph. For example, efo furo otini, I am eating now, efo furo owe, I ate yesterday, and efo furo ebia, I will eat later today. This type of practice helps learners develop the ability to describe events across different time frames naturally and accurately in Ijaw. Understanding tenses in Ijaw, is fundamental to effective communication, as it enables speakers to accurately express when an action takes place. Through the study of present, past, and future tenses, learners develop the ability to structure ideas in a way that reflects time, sequence, and intention. This is especially important in a language where verb forms typically remain unchanged and meaning is often conveyed through time expressions and context. The present tense allows learners to describe actions that are happening at the moment or actions that occur regularly. The past tense enables them to refer to completed actions, usually clarified through contextual indicators such as time markers. The future tense, on the other hand, helps learners express actions that are planned or expected to occur later. In all cases, understanding how context and time expressions function is crucial for clarity. With consistent practice, learners become more confident in forming sentences and distinguishing between different time frames. They are better able to describe daily activities, narrate past experiences, and communicate future intentions without confusion. Ultimately, mastery of tense in Ijaw strengthens overall fluency and supports more natural, meaningful interaction in both spoken and written communication.